taking our time speaking to us on NewsX World. With that, viewers, we shift our focus towards the United States of America, where we're now learning that US Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell has affirmed the Fed's commitment to its independence following the central bank's decision to lower interest rates by a quarter percentage point. Now, this marks the first rate cut since December, bringing the policy rate to a range of about 4% to 4.25%. This comes even as Donald Trump is rallying against the Federal Reserve, criticizing and threatening Powell and demanding that he get his own way on the interest rates. Now, interestingly, Powell has noted that the recent pace of job creation is below the level needed to maintain steady unemployment rate, warning that a rise in layoffs could drive up unemployment. He's also stated that the impact of President Trump's tariffs on inflation is expected to be temporary. Listen in.
This is the first time, I believe, the Fed's board has had someone with executive branch ties in decades. Does this compromise the Fed's independence from day-to-day politics? And relatedly, how can you maintain the public's perception the Fed is politically independent with this dynamic? Thank you.
So we did welcome a new committee member today, as we always do, and the committee remains united in pursuing our dual mandate goals. We're strongly committed to maintaining our independence, and beyond that, I really don't have anything to share.
All right, there, of course, you've heard what Jerome Powell has had to say. Interestingly, this move comes after a sustained campaign of pressure on Powell from Trump, when he has been demanding that Powell lower the interest rates. President Trump has claimed that this would further boost the U.S. economy. This, of course, has been taking place even as Donald Trump is seeking to remove Lisa Cook, one of the members of the Federal Reserve's 7-member board. Meanwhile, joining us on the broadcast is Charles Thompson, an Australian journalist from Sydney. Thank you so much for taking our time speaking to us on NewsX World. Interesting developments from the United States of America. On one hand, the White House has stated that they are receiving investments like never before, that the tariffs are resulting in job creation for the American people. On the other hand, you have the chair of the US Federal Reserve coming out and stating that, yes, prices have gone up, inflation has taken place, employment is sluggish as well, and now finally bending to Trump's pressure that he has been placing. Where do you see this battle between Trump and the Federal Reserve headed to next?
Okay, so firstly, this idea that anybody in that position is not political is just not correct. Of course, they may try to show that they're not political, but definitely, and it's clear from the body language we've seen with Trump and the Federal Reserve officer, that they don't enjoy each other's company and they don't want to assist each other. But he's on his way out. I think it's May next year that he has to step down anyway. So a new one will come in his place. So at least he's bringing down, I think, a very small amount. But I think Trump wanted a much bigger reduction. And we'll just have to wait out and see how it plays. And then, of course, there's also the other member who has legitimate issues about their own fraud, which is a very interesting one. Even though they've just won a court case, or it's just the directions, that they can stay until that's decided.
Absolutely. You've spoken about Lisa Cook. She's, of course, won her case, and a federal court did allow her to stay, but it's likely that the Trump administration might take up this matter with the U.S. Supreme Court, which we do know is conservative leaning. Where do you see the legal challenge headed to next?
Okay, I'm not sure if she's won a case. I just think the case is continuing and the court's directed that she can stay, but they've made no judgment on the merits of whether she has committed fraud or not committed fraud. So that still has to play out. And it seems now that in the United States, it's quite common for government officials, because they probably thought they'd never get caught or checked out on this, to misrepresent to get a better loan when they're buying property. So it sounds very much like, I mean, it's alleged that she's done this a number of times, and the courts, it'll just have to now take its course until that comes out. If it comes out that she has, then definitely she'll have to step down. There's no doubt about it.
All right, so I request you to stay on with us as we're tracking more updates coming in from the